The Dodge Charger with a V8 is gone for now, but the Dodge Charger has always been a staple for American muscle. So naturally, the EV version of the Dodge Charger has stirred up some controversy. Today, we're at the Dodge dealership here in Redlands, California. I'm gonna leave a link in the description so that you guys can check them out and check this car specifically out because they've allowed me to come here and review this car today. But today we're gonna go over, does the Dodge Charger EV deserve the hate? Most people's biggest complaint about the new Dodge Charger is that it does not have a V8 anymore. Instead, you find something else under the hood of the new Dodge Charger, which is just extra storage space. Which, I mean, if you're gonna have to get rid of the V8, at least you get that. The next biggest complaint that people have with the car is the new exhaust, which is the Fatzonic exhaust. Now, yes, a lot of people do think that it's pretty corny to put an exhaust this loud on an electric car. But I like it because it shows that Dodge is still trying to keep like that muscle car feel with the Dodge Charger, even though they're kind of being forced to go in the EV route. And if you really don't like the exhaust sound, you can always just turn it off. Now, another common complaint that people have with the new Dodge Charger EV is that it's really heavy because it's an electric car. This car weighs almost 6,000 pounds, which is roughly 1,500 pounds more than the previous generation. And although it is true that this car is extremely heavy, most people don't get a muscle car because it's light. And this has the electric motors, which means it still has that lower center of gravity, so the handling is not going to be affected that much. But at the end of the day, it is true that the new Dodge Charger EV does not live up to the expectations of what most people think of when they think of a muscle car. And although Dodge is certainly trying to keep that legacy of that big loud engine and loud exhaust alive, it definitely comes short because it is an EV. But I just respect the idea of trying to keep that alive, even though a lot of people do think it's pretty corny. So what are some positives of changing to an EV rather than a big old V8 engine? Well, for starters, this is the Scat Pack and it produces 670 horsepower and it's got instant torque. There is also the RT trim of this vehicle, which produces 496 horsepower and still has that instant torque because it is EV. And I'm not making this video to say that I prefer EVs or anything like that, because I personally still prefer those gas guzzling big old V8s with those loud exhausts. But the truth is that times are changing, and the only way to keep up with the competition and things like that is to start making EVs, and there's more laws that are being passed and stuff like that. So you kind of have to if you're Dodge. And so at the end of the day, making an EV that is this close to a regular muscle car might be their best option. But if you really can't live without a gas engine, then you're in luck because Dodge is going to be producing either sometime late this year or early next year a V6. It's going to be the Hurricane engine that Dodge produces. But I think maybe the #1 biggest deterrent for people who want to buy this car is going to be the price, because it starts at about 60,000 and this one is up to like 80,000. Luckily here at this Redlands dealership, they have it for a $10,000 discount. So you can get it here for about $70,000, but that's still a pretty steep price to pay for a car that doesn't perform as well as, like, let's say a Model 3 Performance. But with a Model 3 Performance, you don't get the unique styling that this Dodge Charger EV has. So what do you think? Does the Dodge Charger EV deserve the hate that it's gotten? Yes, it isn't the traditional V8 that you expect in a Dodge Charger Scat Pack. It doesn't have that real exhaust that we come to expect from a Dodge Charger. But EVs are coming whether we like it or not. So do you guys think that Dodge should get some credit for at least trying to keep some of that muscle car spirit alive? And do you think the Dodge Charger EV is a disgrace or a necessary evolution? Let's discuss in the comments. And if you like this video or you found it informational or entertaining or anything, please make sure to give it a like. And as always, if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.